Sasha, and then the Kimmy.
Okay. Oh yes, Gato, of course.
I guess,
still
yeah.
great taunt. Thinking about the Harith, and yeah, no, we're just waiting for the Kirk pick.
This is very Aurora though, right? Like, I mean, we've seen this kind of composition.
I would use Zhong.
Yeah.
I support the Zhong.
Right? It looks good here. The Petrify
Yeah.
would be high value. I don't see anything like an R-Lot coming through. Yeah, just burst, man. You don't need the big setup. Just go for the burst.
Or Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu safe as well.
Yeah, Lapu YG is our picks.
Unless for some reason the Khalid is swerved, but I don't think that's happening here.
It's a very small chance.
Yeah.
Okay, glue up the glue into EXP.
Wait.
Unless it's a roam glue. Okay, no, it's not. All right. Yeah. All right, glue going in the XP lane.
Because we've seen plenty of roam glues.
We have. It's going to be exactly what they want to do here. We're going to jump into the Land of Dawn once again for the second time. They face off. It's the international rivalry. Aurora. Can they keep playoff contention alive in this matchup, or will ONIC Philippines have something to do about it? Let's take a look at this emblem setup here.
Typical stuff now for the Kimmy these days is the Finder emblem set. Weakness Finder 2 for more slows. They know they need that extra bit of slow so that they increase the chance of them being able to hit the Khalid and the Jusin.
Early game trading. Look at how much damage Brusco caught there, but again, he's confident, he's fine, he has a
Oh, quicksand.
quicksand, he should be okay. King Kong secures the Little Wanderer. So mid lane is a slight win for ONIC.
Yeah, right now Demon Kite going to the orange. So one thing you have to watch out for here is the itemization of Kirk. Considering that Brusco most likely will be prioritizing the Thunder Belt, if not the Blade of Heptases, the first utility item for Kirk is either going to be the Dominance Ice for the team and for himself, or the Radiant Armor really just for himself.
Oh, Brusco here puts DK at about a half health, forcing an early regen.
Yeah, once Glue gets Radiant Armor, Dominance Ice, and Chastise, it's going to be a really tough time for Aurora to take that Glue down.
Yeah, so the glue is going to be a problem, I feel like, to get through. Also, the Khalid is something that is going to keep Aurora on kind of a second-guessing motion, unless somehow, again, Harley is capable of snowballing early on. It's just, can Demon Kite actually utilize the Harley pick and make it happen for them early before it gets too out of hand?
Turtle spawns in the upper quarter. That last small countdown bottom, neither jungler touches. So that's a resource that King Kong kind of kept safe. Very thrifty rotations. Light gonna spot that the turtle is at a third of its health. Edward as well gonna see it. And King Kong secures, forcing Super Friends to go over that Crimson Beacon. Light gets knocked up. Kirk puts a barricade between his teammates and the rest of Aurora. And just like that, ONIC with a clean take.
Yeah, and Kirk and ONIC knew that they didn't need to fight that as well. Why increase the risk that Aurora might get some early kills? You already got the turtle, so great discipline by ONIC. Although, personally, I kind of wish I tried to go for a fight. Would have been really good to see Kirk get that mount and then Aurora get surprised. But, well, I'm not going to knock on discipline. At least they didn't lose the trade.
Yeah. Part of this game plan for ONIC, too, is just to go ahead and take things to their own pace. You know, they do have potential to set things up if they want to, but even like the last fight you saw, that Deadly Magic was used on Super Prince, and if he just beacons and he's fine, then that is a big portion of what Aurora wants to do with this composition early on.
Oh! Another big resource taken out of Fringe. Brusco catches way too much of that front line damage. Aurora take him down. First blood goes over to the Northern Lights.
All right. If you don't make the Deadly Magic work or not, you still got a Traction Pulse.
Yeah. Great combo by Yue. And the fact that, again, Weakness Finder really high value.
Here we go. Kirk gets a few of those Infernal Pursuits. And the split, the mount. He finds Light, but there's not enough of follow-through. Damage from Super Prince ain't there yet. Brusco looking for that dive. They will temper their aggression. Aurora is back to their front-to-back form.
Yep, they are. Severo's going to get a little bit extra gold here as Dominikai was rotating up if he needed to. Again, that's what we expect with the Claude, to pretty much spend time and kind of double laning here. There's the Radiant Armor for Edward. So he's got that locked in. Kirk, did he end up going Radiant Armor too? So he hasn't built it just yet. Still working on it.
He's on the way.
Yeah, he's on the way.
Should be Radiant.
It should be, yeah.
If not Dominance, then Chastise. But those are your three core. That can still go Dominance. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
Radiant. Yeah, that's Radiant.
I get it. Edward just committed to fully building the Radiant armor. Didn't have boots.
He didn't. He's like, I spent enough time in the air. I don't need boots.
Yeah. If you can jump, why wear shoes?
And there's a lot of jumping potential here too.
I'm not rotating.
Yeah.
I'll stay.
Well, he's lucky enough too that this turtle is going to be up here on this top side again. So, second one of the game. ONIC looking for control. King Kong will make his way there. He's got the buffs that he needs. Demon Kite as well. We'll see this fight unfold. ONIC had the setup around the turtle last time, but AURORA, I think they want to go ahead and get the deadly magic off.
Oh no, that's another big engagement. Double ult combo, defensively used. The Regisator, Dominic coming in. Stopped here, but he will get the final blow. They pick up Brusco after he uses a flicker once more. And now Savero with his Salmon Force. Demon Kite secures it. AOG defensively, Light gets on out there, but they will find Yue. Savero finds him. Savero dashing on through. Edward lacking one more proc of the Infernal Pursuit. Now Kirk, run Patrick, run. Demon Kite's on him. Throws the Deadly Magics, looking for that mount, and he will get it. The Kirk attack lives. But for how much longer? He's got Edward and Demon Kite on him.
Oh my goodness. Kirk, is he going to get away from this? He's got
Kirk
a team.
now has allies. Super Prince and Brusco are taking the scene. Oh no. Edward wants to finish the job. Kirk is through the split. No, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Oh, Kirk gets away.
Dude, he doesn't even have radiant armor.
Yeah, he doesn't have it yet. And I think in that scenario, he's happy that he ended up building boots first.
Yeah, what?
That's... You can't make this up. Oh, blazing the wet right in Savero's face.
There, now he's got it. But my God, this is why we've seen Glue banned out so much. I mean, the amount of survivability that Glue has in his kit alone is kind of crazy. And it's a problem. It's a problem for AURORA to deal with.
Yeah. Speaking of boots, Edward decided to go for rapid. Good because of the slow reduction that you get. People usually think of rapid boots, oh, I just want to get around the map faster. No, it's a slow reduction that's really helpful. 35% is a big deal.
Oh, Kirk is clearing the waves.
Demon Kite's here.
Stop Edward from taking it down. Demon Kite throws out another Deadly Magics. Kirk is fine again. Radiant armor, doing work.
Just built it up. But there's a significant lead growing between him and Edward, with Edward around 600 ahead of the Glue.
Yep.
But really, once those items start coming in for the Glue, it's a problem waiting to happen. The thing is, though, is that Brusco's been struggling. Again, it's a really smart choice that you decided to go for the Weakness Finder. That initial burst is slow. Slows down the movement of the Khalid, making it a little bit easier for you to land your hits on him. Land some control. And that's what we've been seeing in the trade so far.
Ooh. Savero caught that Deadly Magics, dropped that Salmon Force, a little extra shield. Help! Help! Not gonna work out. Demon Kite takes him down. Gold laner from ONIC absent for this turtle take.
Yeah, so I don't know. Is ONIC still going to stay around this side? Did they just forfeit the turtle over without Savero?
Nice taunt by Light coming in. Blazing duet by Demon Kite. Does a lot of damage. Now he's backing off. Brusco gets taken down. Still in the thick of it. Kirk, where are you going?
Great play in the map. King Kong pushing minions in mid, so Demon Kite cannot go for the chase right away. He had to defend. Good save by King Kong. Him just smartly pushing the waves meant that Demon Kite had to clear it up so that he couldn't chase Kirk down.
Yep. This one's going to be very close, it seems, in game one already. A lot of back and forth. That's exactly what AURORA needs to do. They got themselves a bit of a lead. The biggest problem, like I said, is making sure that somehow, some way, you either deal with Kirk or at least protect who you need to, because he every single time he goes right for Yue, you know, and if Yue doesn't have that flicker, and of course he's only able to get away a little bit on this Kimmy, and eventually a Demon Kite too, that's going to be a problem. So Kirk scaling up really well here. AURORA will finally get this tier 1 up top down, and so they are starting to play the map a bit, and that's exactly what we talked about. Tractor Pulse?
Golden Orange.
Savero.
Wow.
Fast clear. Shields to help deter the damage from the Deadly Magics.
Look at that push though.
Oh, they left Demon Kite in the kitchen, man. Oh, that lane is cooked.
Yep, you can't leave Demon Kite on the clod like that. Tier 2 already falling at this point, so...
Even the magic shield, the holy shield popped.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Get to stop it.
They lost 3 minutes worth of extra protection.
Yeah, that 3-2 split by AURORA ended up benefiting them greatly. Sent Light to just hide off in the shrubs, making it seem like Demon Kite is alone. But ONIC knew like they could try to make a play in the bottom. They were able to steal the orange buff of Demon Kite earlier, as we saw. But that's a big loss. They have to equalize, and they will with this tower up top.
Yep, Severo will go ahead and get that. Playing a little bit of defense here. It's just a back and forth across the map at this point, trading objectives. Let's take a look at the items real quick before this Lord fight.
Okay, Dominant's Eyes on the way, almost there for the glue. Oh, Dreadnought, and then I believe Edward might be eyeing a Chastise for himself.
Okay. Lord's up. They have the positioning they were looking for. At this point, too, King Kong's still here on this bottom side. Aurora's gonna know this, but no. Oh, whoa.
And they fully commit.
Whoa.
They take out Prince. It's worth it. Now Bruce goes up next on the docket. They pop the Bruiser. Double kill for Demon Kite. Now Kirk gets the mount. He's on DK. Magic's already used up, so Kirk will have to retreat. They can only delay but not stop the Lord take. Aurora are taking on ONIC right now. They're gonna take down Kirk. Oh, Kirk gets hit by that Dark Wave, the Infernal Pursuit, and he gets popped. Yue gets a stack.
It took a while, but Kirk goes down. Lord secured. Aurora wins that fight.
Yeah, and Aurora are out executing ONIC. Edward on point with the initiations, catching Super Prince and Brusco off guard, and leaving Kirk to be left alone trying to chase.
Dominkite blading the wet to the face. AOG from Light blocking out the exit. King Kong very low. Yue's gonna get him. One more stack for the Kimmy. And now in comes Edward. They're collapsing. Severo drives the down force defensively used. Underneath tier 2, Aurora are pressuring ONIC.
Aurora comes out swinging. That is a confident play from Dominkite. And now they march towards the base with the Lord up top. They got a couple shields to work through here, but they'll take down this tier 2 in the mid.
4 items already locked in as well for Demon Kite and Yue. This very greedy lineup of Aurora has benefited from not only the aggressive fights that they've been taking, the great fights, but they've benefited from great macro.
Oh my god, Kirk without a half health. He's begging to mount anyone from Aurora. 7-4 coming through, trying to defend ONIC. Doing their darndest to take down this Lord. Lord still gets a couple more swings before he goes down.
Oh, surprisingly, even without the shield there, Lord's not able to go ahead and take down the turret just yet, but they're going to jump in.
AOG from Light, and Brusco is compromised. Yue gets another stack, and they try to take down Dominkite. One more hit would have done it, but ONIC don't have enough dive. Here comes the 7-4. Edward jumping through. Super Prince might go down one more time. Super Prince gets Light, and the 7-4 expires. Dominkite finds King Kong. Into the back line. Severo survives with the fountain, but they will lose tier 3 in mid.
Holy moly, what a defense so far from ONIC. They're still in the game, but Aurora looks to go and take all the base turrets down off of this.
Say goodbye, it's a bare base for the Super Fam, and it's time that they respected Aurora's lead. Almost 6,000 gold ahead.
Aurora completes the full Brazilian, and ONIC are bald. Nothing to protect their base right now. They are playing back in their M7 form. Dominant, the fast rotations, it's snappier.
Yeah.
It's like they've mentioned it themselves. It feels like the morale is low, that they are not playing together. They are definitely playing together now, and ONIC have just been shock and awed. But this is why we go back to the keys to victory. You have on one side, the ONIC side, a team that picked their first 2 picks as the Roman mid. Aurora picked the Roman mid last. They adjusted to it after seeing majority of the pieces on the side of ONIC. This is why we put a lot of importance in the Roman trio for this specific series. Brusco and Super Prince and ONIC decided to go for ego. We picked domination, sure, not respecting the fact that Aurora could have just adjusted later in the draft, and they did.
That adjustment was great. Again, Light has been so good, especially towards the base. You know, that Avatar of the Guardian that he was able to use, push ONIC off, and then it kind of created this whole fight. And because even Super Prince using his beacon earlier on, you know, they're in a position where this Lord is just going to get taken. Aurora secures it.
Whoa.
Are they trying to just make a cheeky play here?
They're looking for a post-Lord fight, but they didn't get it. Edward just walked in there like they owned the place.
Yeah, I guess you can do that when he's on the Phobius and having a game like this. Again, he's so tanky right now. Lord's going to make its way down this mid. Again, base turrets are all down for ONIC. Can they stay in the game? They've got a good composition to hold things together, but will it be enough? Winter Crown picked up by Dome and Kite. Here's the jump.
Light starts it off with an AOG, forcing a Crimson Beacon out of Prince. Dark Wave coming through. Zaman Force from Severo. They're doing their best here. And look at the back line already. Dome and Kite pops it, but King Kong finds Light. They're going down. Edward here. There's a whole lot of damage. He might actually go down. Up Piru. King Kong finds him. Kirk still alive. ONIC keep all of their members while defending against Aurora.
They still hold on, and King Kong got 2 stacks from it. And this is something to build on. Gonna be really difficult considering that Aurora has a very fast rotating lineup that manages minion waves easily, while ONIC have no more turrets. It's very doable, but it's gonna be a tough task for them. It has to start with plays like this.
Severo fights. Dome and Kite forces a blazing duet. Dome and Kite flickers back.
Oh, wow.
Massive resource out of the Northern Lights.
So aggressive is Severo, and you know, he makes plays like that. It gets a resource down. It is a flicker down, and this is the base defense that we just witnessed. I mentioned ONIC's composition is good at defending, and this is exactly what happened. I mean, look how front forward they play this. They do get some early things out. You know, Super Prince had to beacon early because of the jump from the Avatar, but they handled these waves in this push with the Lord really well.
You know what, stroke of genius. I think it doesn't get enough of a spotlight, but through the instant replay, I saw how important Kirk was. He zoned out Yue.
Yeah.
He made Yue not finish. Like if Yue stayed maybe 2 seconds longer,
yep,
Lord would have survived. This would have ended the game.
Yeah, that's been the job of this glue. You're not zoning out Yue, you're already mounting him, trying to take him down. But again, with the raw firepower that Aurora has, even though you take out the Kimmy, you still have to deal with the Claude, you still have to deal with the Harley. I'm kind of wishing that ONIC tried to be a little bit more aggressive. I know Aurora cleared the minion waves really quick in mid.
Yeah.
They were probably thinking, oh, Light's gonna be back, we don't have minions, it's gonna be risky, the Gatot can come in. But they already saw that Dome and Kite use the Blazing Duet. I feel like they had the resources to try and get a little bit cheeky, see if they could get another win, force Aurora back, but they decided to play it safe, and now they're left with trying to clear up minion waves. Again, going to be really difficult controlling the map here for this Lord, going for a Lord dance with how fast Aurora can go around the map and clear. Edward now with an anti-harass. He built up the Winter Crown earlier. He buys a lot of time with that, and another Winter Crown as well for Demon Kite. A third Winter Crown on Dom and Kite. So ONIC really have to time their resources well here, and Super Prince gets forced out of his Crimson Beacon.
Off of a Deadly Magics, which come off really quick, by the way.
They can
Look
make
at the
this
Lord.
happen.
Down to 5th of health. Kirk here. It's a lot of frontline damage. And just like that, Aurora blitzes.
That's one of the things about the Harley. You know, even if you're not going to get a kill at this point in the game, if you get an ultimate down or a battle spell down, you're pretty much in a better position than you would normally be.
Whoop.
Oh, Brusco, whoa.
Takes too much damage from Dom and Kite. He's gonna retreat.
Oh.
AOG! It's too late for Brusco. Brusco flickers out! Survives via Sandwalk.
Okay, he's still alive. They've got a Lord coming down that mid lane.
Even Prince had the flicker.
Yeah, there's 2 flickers down though.
Should be endable.
Oh, this is gonna be tough. They have to play this defense perfectly if they want to stay in this.
Perfect high rift dash. You see Severo is fully item locked. Aurora, look at Brusco.
Brusco with the conceal. What angle is he looking for? It's Kirk who catches the Deadly Magics. In comes Brusco. Finds life, but that's a no dice starter. Zaman Force from Severo. A lot of pure damage. Forcing the freeze from Edward. Lord is down. Severo still going. Light takes a whole lot of damage out of there. King Kong takes it. Crimson Beacon from Super Prince. Kirk looking for him out. Kirk takes so much damage. Yue gets him. So 1 for none trade.
They still got to clear these waves in up top and mid.
It's free. And now Aurora want the base. Severo gets another Zaman Force. Clearing the waves. Dashing through Synchrovision here. Corner dash there. King Kong clearing the waves with that charge queller. Light comes in with the AOG, the stun, but Light falls. King Kong takes down Edward. King Kong goes